conferences end. I just spent a couple of days with my best friends worshiping, and I finally felt like in those moments I was getting closer to God, and now it feels like I've got to meet Him at that same altar that I promised I would meet Him at, and I go home to boys, to not so great situation with my parents, and it's like life is waiting for me just outside that door. I don't know if I can handle it. I know that I need you, but I don't know where to look. Dear God,
I have a whole lot of questions. And really, one of the reasons I decided to come here in good old Illinois is to give you answers. The first idea is that I really need to tell you that I am not political at all. Like really, I promise you that I have at some point taken like a right of common sense and a left of peace. Because the last 4 years, I've heard so many people have debates about me without actually listening. So here is the answer to the question that you haven't asked yet. I am not political. That's it. That's the poem. That's the big idea. And I was worried that when I stood here and I told you that I just wanted to make sure that you could see me, and that my life shouldn't be in the beck call of first impression, or shadowed in the idea that maybe there's something to reach for. I wanted to let you know that the melanin in your skin has nothing to do with the price of salvation, and that she will hang on to the hope that she hears in a smile, and he will cling to the grace of common sense and stained glass with hearts of experience. And I am a child who loves the Power Rangers. I love the idea of standing up to a bad guy. That maybe if I got knocked down, I'd just come back bigger. And there will be explosions, but they will be beautiful. Because if a heart breaks in the silence, I've always wanted to know if it makes a sound. Like as it crashes, does it sound like me? Does that lie come out in a melody when I refuse to be honest about where I'm at? Does it fall in a cascading symphony with its heart matching all of the marches of my heartstrings? I believe that rock bottom is a blues band. That anxiety is sitting on my heart stoop and it's just playing its harmonica as everything else fiddles with the strings that I am just trying to pull together. Well, I know that a harmony only works when every broken piece realizes that it is not singing on its own. That you are not singing on your own. That every broken piece brought together makes this beautiful melody. And sure, we come crashing down after the bridge. But that's what makes a song. If I told you how your story ended, would you believe me? Like, would you only see yourself as the product of an ongoing process? The one that's still processing their emotions and validating them against the things that they know they've got to go through and all of the questions they've had, and they Google the answers anyway. We know how it works, but to get to the end, if you saw where you ended up, would you believe me if I told you? Would you still think that it's worth it? You know, leaving a movie before the credits roll is only something that you do if you don't find meaning in its ending. And you'll push past that usher, but what you won't realize is that they are the ones that know the mess that you're sitting in. And when those lights come on, they can see everything. And sometimes I think that's what we're afraid of. We are afraid for people to see the mess and the wreckage that we have made of the lives that we had and the ones we wish we were living. And suddenly, everything becomes a lot scarier when transparency means that we are now filling our glass castles with wingdings. I think I did the most growth when I stopped doing cleaning. It's not complicated, it's just human, and it's honest, and it's beautiful, and I can find someone who will take your mess and turn it into a message. You are perfect, the way that you are. And all of your drop C tunings and pending doom. And you're screaming. And the fact that you let this little brown kid come and hang out. I think it's important to be honest. I think that it's important to be vulnerable. And I think it's okay to be complicated. We just have to accept that that is us as we are. So God, I remember when you and I used to walk together, right? Like, do you remember it was us? It was me and you. It was you and your baby girl. It was us against the world. And there was nothing that could ever tear us apart. I just wanted to let you know that I remember dancing with you. I remember swaying in my room long past lights out. And my mom would come and ask me, what on earth are you doing? But it was me and my father. At that moment, I couldn't be farther away from any of my pain. Your hands reached out across that chasm, and it pulled me through the mess that I made myself. When I see footprints on the beach, and I'm noticing that there are places where you walked with me, you were very careful to add that there is also this deep groove, like right in the middle of the beach, through all the stupid things that you have dragged me through. God, I shouldn't have cut my own bangs. It was a bad idea. YouTube said it would be fine. Spoiler alert, it was not. But man, we made some great memories. And I'm wondering, God, if it's possible, could we dance together? Could you be my hero? And I'll be your princess. And we kind of skipped the dragon part. Shrek did that really well. But I would love if you could be my knight in shining armor. And you're mine. And we are inseparable.